I was fixing my hair.
Yeah, you're flicking your hair, and I'm just jigging in the background on my spinny chair. Anyway, good day, everybody. It's Talking with Demons with the gorgeous Grecian goddess,
The
Ina,
Greek
or the
sensation.
Greek sensationer, or Ina-ish, or whatever you want to call yourself this today. Medusa's normally my popular one. And obviously, me, the heavy metal pirate, boy pain. Anyway, on with the show. How you doing? How's this week
I'm
been?
okay. It was okay. It was an okay week. It's an
An
okay
okay week.
life.
Well, okay is always good, as long as it's not a bad week, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
But
But
do you know what day it is today?
I don't know what day it is today, so you better tell me.
It's such a weird day today. Today is track down an old friend.
Track down an old friend day.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
You've got
scroll
old
through your
friends?
Facebook and just track down old schoolmates. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Hit them up, say hello. Job's a good one. Anyway, we have a great show, and it's obviously thanks to you. Let's face it. Ina does all the stalking.
Yeah.
She does.
Yep, I do.
But we do have a great band coming on very, very shortly. Now, for me, I'm excited anyway. I'm a fanboy, let's face it. Saying that, I'm a fanboy in most bands, but this band I've been listening to since probably about 2016 when I got hold of their first, not their first album, but the first album I was given or sent to me was their self-titled album. And then I did a little bit of backtracking and went through the back catalogue. And still to this day, absolutely amazing. Now, everybody out there knows that I love my death metal. Let's face it. It is one of the best genres out there because they scream. I feel what they're saying, and I don't need to punch anybody. So
You hear the meaning, we know.
and I hear the meaning, yeah, which is obviously the catchphrase of most things.
Oh well.
So, should we bring them on?
I'll let you do it because you're a fanboy.
Yeah, you let me do it. Well, ladies and gentlemen out there in the YouTube verse, Twitch verse, whatever verse we're on this day, tonight we have the amazing Nikki from Eufobia.
Hello there. It's nice to be here with you tonight.
And it's a pleasure having you on. Absolutely amazing. Now, Nikki, tell everybody where you're from. Tell us about you.
Yeah, I'm from Sofia, Bulgaria. Actually, I live here in Sofia, Bulgaria. I'm from a small town in Bulgaria called Troyan. Yeah, but I live in the capital, obviously. I would say that I'm a nice guy, but
We're all nice guys.
in order not to kill everyone around me, I make death metal.
And that's an admirable trait.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, actually, it's weird because I've listened to your music and you are really soft-spoken right now. And when you sing, you transformed into a completely different person. So it's interesting, at the very
Yeah,
least.
it's like Jekyll and Hyde. Yeah. This is the story of my life.
Well, everybody's got a little bit of Jekyll and Hyde in them.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? In order to be a really nice guy in the real life, I need to do death metal. It's like a...
Oh,
I thought it was me.
negative feelings I put into death metal, and then I can enjoy life. Is being a nice person.
and you're doing a great job.
Yeah.
So, how did Eufobia come about?
Well, so I was playing in another band many years ago, but I wasn't happy with the style. I wasn't happy with what we were doing back then. So I decided to start my own band, and then I invited a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, Steph, the bass player. And then we needed a drummer, so he knew Blago, the other guy, and our drummer. And then we continued as a trio for some years after that. But our music was becoming more and more complicated, so at one point we decided that we need another guitar player. So we invited our friend Ivan to join the band. He was a fan of Eufobia before that. Yeah, so that's it. A very typical story, I would say.
So you're obviously the vocalist of the band.
Yes, I am. But the bass player Steph sings too.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Something else.
yeah. That's why I was surprised. I was like, really?
He's got deeper voice than mine, and it's a nice combination. Yeah.
Nice.
Just adds that extra layer. Bit
Yeah,
more depth.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've been a band since 2011.
Oh no, before that, maybe since 2004. But at the beginning, it wasn't very serious. I'd say that we became a real band maybe 10, 11 years ago. At the beginning, it was just a joke. We were fooling around. Yeah. Yeah, we didn't play well back then, I have to admit. Yeah, in the beginning. We were still learning how to play our instruments.
And now
So
you
when did you
definitely
decide?
Oh, sorry, Ina.
I'm sorry. I was just gonna ask, how did you decide in your life? At what point in your life did you decide that you want to be a musician?
I don't know, it just happened, I guess. And you know what? I wanted to express myself. I wanted to express my darker feelings, and that's why it's just for me the music is a kind of tool to express what I am, what I feel, what I think, and that's why I decided to do this, and I'm very happy for it. And right now, I cannot imagine my life without the music anymore. There are still some people who ask me whether I still play, and this question is absolutely ridiculous. I cannot stop doing it. It's a part of my life. It's like breathing. I cannot stop breathing. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, you can, but
Special.
Yeah, it wouldn't help.
But not for a long time.
So effectively, you're creating your music to effectively let out your inner demons.
Yeah,
It's a
exactly.
nice segue into.
Yeah.
Yeah. But before we go any further, I do apologise, Nikki. What we have to do is we have to say hello to our viewers. And I've seen a couple pop up. So let's say hello, boss. Bring them up. We've got Bob Bones. Howdy, Bob. You ginger freak. Mrs. Big Spoon. Hello. Obviously, the boss.
hey, love. Hey, boss.
Is that Raven? Obviously, Mary Beth. Howdy. Is that all?
Yeah, it's weird that somebody said morning. I was like,
I know.
morning?
Hello, Facebook user morning. Unless that's Raven.
Yeah, probably. Or somebody
Probably
from
Raven.
Australia anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, Nikki. So, how did you come up with the name Eufobia? It's quite a strange name, and if you're not familiar with foreign languages like myself, it's quite a weird one.
So, it was by chance, actually. At the beginning, for a very short period of time, there was another drummer. And back then we had to choose a name for the band. So I made a very long list of diverse names, and then these guys choose the name Eufobia, and it remains after that. Actually, you know what? There are a lot of people who think that Eufobia means fear of the European Union, but this wasn't the original meaning. The original meaning was just fear of God. It comes from ancient Greek language, actually. You know,
Of course,
yeah.
of course,
Suck
Ina already knew this.
it.
She already knew this.
I told you when we booked the band, I told you it's a Greek origin, but you wouldn't believe me, so suck it.
Hello,
Greeks
Matt
invented
from.
everything, you know.
Howdy, Matt from New Zealand. We've got someone from New Zealand. Happy days. Anyway, sorry. Just quite excited there. So, music, inspirations for your music, you know, because death metal is normally seen as people wanting to stab people in the head, kill baby goats and stuff. But obviously your lyrics have a lot more meaning than that. In fact, you probably could go down, you know, the suffering, the pain route. How do you come up with the lyrics for your songs? You know, what is your inspiration?
Yeah, so you know, at the beginning, we used to write very stupid, meaningless lyrics. I'm talking about the first album or EP, it doesn't matter. The first one, Insemination. So we were younger, we were stupid, and we just wanted to make noise and to, you know, to express ourselves this way, like wild animals. But after that, I started to think more about what I really want to say, who I am, and what I want to say to the people. So right now, I write songs about the things that I really care about, like the life itself is my inspiration. So the lyrics of the last album, Madness, I think that they are really, really meaningful, and they reflect the world we live in today. Yeah, and also sometimes I'm inspired by the books that I read, and by the movies that I see. Yeah, but it's a reflection of my thoughts about the life that I'm living, that we're all we all live.
Yeah.
Well, kind of rephrasing what Jay said, I'm gonna ask a question. What kind of music did you listen to when you were growing up? While you were growing up?
Wow. So when I was a little boy, I had maybe let's say 5 years of age. So my father was a huge fan of the band Queen, and then I started listening to. So I did it for hours. I was just standing there in the living room, and I listened to Queen each and every day, and soon I knew every song by heart. And after that, I wanted to move to something, I don't know, darker, let's say. So I started to listen to grunge, and then I gradually evolved. So I started to listen to metal, to thrash metal, like Megadeth, Metallica, And then I started to listen to death metal. And at one point, my favorite band was Death, Dinner. Yeah, and
Yeah.
all the good stuff. Yeah.
All the good stuff.
So-
Well, I reckon we should give the viewers a little taste of Eufobia. What do you reckon, Ina?
Yes, but I'll let you say the name. Fine, I can
I'll
say
say
it
the
if you
name
want.
Okay, so first we're going to show the viewers a lovely little track called Cyber Pervert. Bring it on, boss.
Hi, we're Amongst Liars.
And you're watching Inner Demon Media.
Release your inner demon.
Yo, yo, it's the Outlaw Josie Scott inviting everybody out to Growlers in Memphis, Tennessee. It's going to be my first time on stage in Memphis in 10 years. October 22nd, baby. Growlers, Halloween party. It's going to be scary. See what I did there? Loyal Memphian coming at you. Here I come, Memphis.
Well, and we're back. What a great track. I mean, for me, it had, you know, the likes of cryptopsis, I can't even say it, emulation, possessed, and a little bit of dying fetus all mixed into it as well. You know, it was just beautiful for me. And I'm sat in the back. I'm just, I'm headbanging away. I'm in a happy place right now.
I agree 100% with Christopher, because that's the first thing I noticed, the bass line. And I don't normally listen to the bass line in a song, but that was very distinct and very powerful. I loved it.
Yeah, thanks. Actually, the bass is very important for Euphoria. We usually mix it a little higher in the mix. We put it on the level is a little higher intentionally. Yeah, because we want people to feel the music in their stomach. Yeah, and this is what
Yeah.
is guitar. does.
Straight in the heart.
Yeah. I bet
That's
your
cool.
live gigs are crazy. People
Yeah.
are just punching each other.
They are actually. They are.
Yeah, I believe that. That's why I don't normally go to this kind of gigs, because I'm afraid I'm gonna catch like an elbow or something, and I don't want that.
And I'm too old and broken to run around in a mosh pit anymore. So I'm the one stood at the bar clapping his feet.
I'm sure that you both would love it if you came to one of our gigs.
Oh, I would. Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
But invite us and we'll be there. I'm really
Yeah.
close, actually. So
Yeah, indeed. Why not?
yeah,
There you
Why
heard
not?
it, folks. Eufobia have just invited the heavy metal pirate and the
Yeah.
Grecian goddess.
mostly
Eufobia.
me,
Mostly
mostly me.
Ina,
But
yeah,
you
mostly.
can tag along, obviously.
I'll just be at the back. Don't worry.
Everyone's invited.
Oh, everyone's invited now.
Everyone's invited.
Everyone.
But you've all
No
got to pay.
discrimination.
But it's great. So, Cyber Pervert. I mean, it's a little bit of a weird title. And Ina couldn't say it earlier because she was struggling a little bit.
Thought it was Cyborg.
So,
But it's not.
talk to us about the song. How did it come about?
The lyrics were not written by me. They were written by our drummer, Blogo West. So he's a huge fan of Cannibal Corpse, and it shows sometimes when he writes lyrics, especially. So they are obscene, but the song is actually serious. The meaning is serious because it's about those people those predators on the internet who chase girls and then meet them and then rape them and kill them. So it was inspired by real life events, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I wrote the song, not the lyrics.
I mean, that's pretty powerful.
It is.
Yeah.
We
With a serious meaning.
yeah, in an obscene way, but yeah, life is ugly sometimes.
True that.
Actually.
Yeah. That's why I love to hear the story behind a song, because you get to be in the lyricist's head for a minute. Like, what's he thinking? What was the purpose? But I love it. I love it. I pay attention to lyrics, obviously. It's my go-to thing. So why are you laughing? It's true. As a lyricist myself, Jase, I can relate. It resonates with me.
I'm not
Are
saying
you
anything.
laughing at me?
I'm not saying anything, Ina.
Time out for you.
Excuse me. So,
But it's okay.
yeah. Oh, something's just dinged. Apologies. So, back to you, Nikki. I mean, so inspiration for your latest album, Madness. You know, how did that come about?
Well, let's say it was, as I told you before, it was inspired by the life itself. But on the other hand, it was also inspired by the lyrics of by the books of George Orwell. I'm a huge fan. The other guitar player, Ivan, is a huge fan. Before an Animal Farm, these books, everyone should read them. They're very meaningful. And you know what happened, actually? So the real life in the recent years, especially right now in the events of the last 3 years, it started to look a lot like the dystopia which author had described in these books. And sometimes it actually scares me. Well, this winter I had nothing better to do, so I decided to read one more time these books, and then every few pages I was thinking, wow, this is what is happening right now. It's crazy, it's insane.
And I would agree with you. You know, when you, if you start looking into the last couple of years, the fact that pretty much the whole world shut down for a period of time, you could say that's, you know, the government controlling you. So, you know, the Animal Farm piece definitely starts coming into that. And I mean, what I also love, one of my favourite songs of the latest album was Wolf Among Sheep. Now, that is an absolute banger. But then you've also got, you know, the likes of Those Who Believe, The Establishment, and Animal Farm, which, you know, relate back to George Orwell's Animal Farm. It's beautiful stuff.
Yeah, thanks, man.
He wants to sign his like chest right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. I've got space left that you can sign on my chest if you would mind.
So anyway, how did COVID affect you as a band? Did you stop altogether performing live? Did you hit the studio?
It was a very, very hard period for us. First of all, because we really enjoy playing live. So we weren't able to do it. We were planning back then lots of concerts, but we had to cancel them, and it was very frustrating. And also, we actually started to record the last album, Madness, right before the pandemic. So when it came to Bulgaria, the famous COVID, we had to stop for months, and then we started again, and then some band members got sick, and we had to stop again, and it was very hard, very hard. And also back then we didn't know what would actually happen, because nobody knew. And when the first band member got sick, I was really worried, because I didn't know if I was going to lose a friend to this shitty virus. And also there were a lot of people which we knew who died, and I don't want to think about it. We lost some dear friends. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a pretty shitty time.
Yeah.
There is no ifs and buts.
Let's change the subject. Do you have a lot of venues there in Bulgaria?
Yes, there are, but mainly in Sofia. The big concert happened in Sofia, except for the summer festivals, of course, on the seaside. And you know, it's natural, because we're a small country, and everybody wants to live in a capital, or has to live in a capital. I'm not an exception, actually. I come from a small town, but in small towns there are fewer possibilities. So that's why we are like 7 million people right now, and 3 million, almost 3 million, live in the capital. So it's natural to have big shows mainly here. But I'm very happy, because in my hometown, which is a very small town of 2,000 inhabitants, they opened a metal club there. And there are actually people who go to concerts, and we're going to play there next month. And I'm very excited, because some years ago, I thought that it would be impossible to play in my hometown ever. Yeah.
I'm actually only asking because I've only been to Sofia and Sadansky myself, but I know that all Greek bands, whenever they want to tour, the first country they hit up is Bulgaria. I don't know why, but I heard the best about the venues there. So I'm really intrigued. I really want to visit sometime. I really wish we could play live too with my band.
Why not?
That's why I asked, really, if the venues are good, if you have a lot of venues and stuff.
I mean, we've got a free invite now.
Yeah, we got an open invite now.
Yeah. You've really invited us, so we're coming to Bulgaria now.
Yeah. You're welcome. Why not? There are venues in the other towns as well, but there are fewer people. This is the real problem, because you cannot make a show with, let's say, 200 or 300 people in, let's say, Lovech, because there aren't that many metalheads there. In Sofia, everything happens in Sofia. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what's interesting? Every huge band that ever tours Europe, sometimes they never come to Greece at all, but they always visit Bulgaria, like Nightwish and whatnot. They always visit Bulgaria first, and then if they have time, they will come to Greece.
Yeah, but you are our dear neighbors, so you're more than welcome to come and see your favorite band in Sofia. Why not? Why not?
Yeah, and it's close. Actually, there are a lot of groups here in Greece that you get in a bus with a bunch of, I don't know, what's the word? My mind is blank right now.
People?
I'm not gonna. I don't mean to say people. I mean to say fans of a band. Anyway, and we all drive to Bulgaria to catch a live there because, like I said, people just won't come here in Greece. I don't know why, but yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. Because you've got great bands. One of my favorite bands is a Greek band.
Who is it?
I almost know what you're going to say, but...
Rotting Christ, of course. I'm a huge fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say Paranoir, but clearly not.
Suicidal Angels, but Rotting Christ, it's here in my heart.
Yeah. Absolutely smashing band. But what I reckon we should do, Ina, is give the listeners another taste of a little bit of Eufobia. What do you reckon?
You think?
Yeah.
Maybe we should.
I reckon we should, because the next song coming up is another banger, and it's off your self-titled album again, and it's one of my favorites as well. So I believe, hopefully, if it's queued up, boss, let's get a little bit of Graveyard.
What's up, everybody? This is Corey from the band Carbon Stone, and you are watching Inner Demon Media. Rock on.
Let's go, Hey. Hey, this is Rod from Just a Ride, and you're watching Inner Demon Media. Release your inner demons.
Oh, we switched. Why? You're muted. Your mic is muted. It is. I'm not lying. I can actually see the icon next to your name. It's muted. If you didn't do something, just boss forgot to unmute you, and that's fine because I get to talk right now.
No, it's paused. Now?
Now we can hear you, I guess.
Good. Sorry about that, ladies and gents. However, what a banging track. Now, for me, Graveyard just hits everything. You've got the clean vocals. You've got that deep guttural growl. I mean, that bass line is sick. Proper slap bass. Brilliant. And then the drummer, man, and the guitarist. It's just got everything. Wow, yes. Grab me by the balls and then swing me around. Amazing. Love it.
I'm happy that you feel this way.
It's just... Oh.
I'm sorry. Actually, I was going to say that we have an interesting question from a viewer that said, is it the same lineup because the sound is so different from the previous track?
Yes, it is. From the beginning, from the first concert, no band member has ever been replaced. Ivan came later in the band, but no one has ever been replaced.
And I mean,
and hopefully it will never be.
I mean, and to be fair, Chris Battolina had a very good point there. I mean, the versatility, you know, from Cyber Pervert, it's proper aggressive. And then you go to Graveyard and you've got so many different layers and you can hear the differences. And it's on the same album. You're like, whoa, it's such a big dynamic and a big change throughout the songs.
Yeah, we are not afraid to experiment sometimes. Yeah, this is the reason. We just make what we feel, the music that we really want to make.
Yeah.
So,
personally, I'm interested in the backstory of the track because I obviously saw the death sentence, so I'm interested to know more about that.
About the lyrics or about the video?
Both. About the video, firstly.
So for the video, the idea is that this is actually there's another video previous to that one, theater in which we play some prisoners who are forced to play in front of a dictator and his collaborators, his officers, his soldiers, and so on. And this is the second part, the second video, in which we have to die because we are against this dictator. Yeah, so this is the idea behind the video. Yeah, and the lyrics are actually very, very sick. It was a dream of mine in which they're about a child who is dead and lay in the same grave with his mother. And the child wants to grow back to life, to live his life, to continue with it. And then the mother told her child that the world outside is very cruel and he would suffer if he went back there. While he's with her, she can protect him. So it's really sick. Yeah, but it makes sense.
Yeah. It clearly does to Jase.
Yeah, yeah. It's great. I mean, a lot of people would say they don't understand the screaming within death metal. You've got to have an attuned ear to the music. For me personally, and I love everything about your guys' music, and well, about death metal in general. To be fair, it's got when you delve into death metal, I think what people don't understand is that lyrically there's so much anger against the world, like you guys produce. You know, you want to tell people the world is shit. There is no ifs and no buts. And it comes through on the music, and you've got to have an attuned ear to that. And this is why I love death metal, because when you start digging in lyrically, there's so many meanings and so many layers within the songs. You go, this is tasty, and you can understand it. You know, you compare. I mean, I love all genres of heavy metal, I really do, but death metal for me really does sit there because there's so much more angst and anger that you guys are getting out, and for me, I'm like, yeah, love it.
Yeah, it's pure energy.
Yeah. And you can feel that. I mean, your bassist, man, he's got some slap. And your drummer, I mean, vocally, you yourself and the bassist are absolutely brilliant. You work together so well. But when you hear that bass and the drums, I'm like, whoa.
I'm very happy to be able to play with some of the finest metal musicians in Bulgaria. And I'm not just saying that, they're very good. Yeah. And that's why I don't want to change any band member, because these are the best.
Yeah.
I'm proud to play with them.
And your guitarist as well. I mean, his licks, especially on Graveyard, that melody was just beautiful. It's just, yeah.
It is.
I'm a big fanboy, sorry.
Yeah, but actually you cannot blame the audience if they do not get this genre, because if you don't understand the lyrics, it's hard for you to, I don't know.
Oh, no, I agree. I agree. I'm not blaming the audience, but what I'm telling the audience is go and listen to more death metal.
Yeah, you just have to dig a little deeper and actually listen to the meaning, as you like to say, and actually read the lyrics, and then you'll get like a whole different opinion.
Perspective.
No matter. A whole different perspective. Yes, thank you.
I think that I pronounce the words quite clearly. Or
it's not you. It's not you at all.
It's not you.
It's not you at all. But yeah.
At least.
No, actually, see, in your head, you actually think you're pretty clear about what you're saying. But to someone who's not familiar with the genre, it's really weird for them to tell exactly what you're saying.
You know what I do sometimes when I record? I ask the sound engineer who doesn't know the lyrics to tell me. So I record a phrase, and then I ask him to tell me what is it,
what he thinks you said. Yeah.
And if he cannot, we repeat it until he gets it.
Yeah, I'm ashamed to admit that I do the same. Even though I have clean vocals, people don't get what I'm saying most of the time. So I have to re-record every time because they're like, "What did you say?" It's my Inish. I don't know. It's me. It's me being Ina.
Yeah.
But music is about the feelings, so it's okay.
Yeah, that's my motto. That's what I keep saying to people, that music is supposed to make you feel something. It's not for you to understand it. It's for you to make you feel something.
Exactly. That's why there are CDs and booklets inside them to read the lyrics, or from the internet.
Yeah.
Which but is, I'm
that really is the only. I mean, there are a lot of downsides to social media and being online, but what I do like is being given a CD, being given a vinyl, because you've got the inlay cards, so you can sit there listening to, just like, you know, when you were kids. And I was going to ask you another question. What's your favorite Queen album?
This is a hard question to answer. Maybe Innuendo. I don't know.
I like that album. I was more of a fan of Day at the Races. I love Day at the Races. I think that's a blinding album. But you're not wrong. Innuendo is a great album. But what I liked about those old albums was you could sing along to it and you had the vinyls. And that's the only downside really to social media or, online, Apple, Spotify, or any other streaming service is you don't get the lyrics like we used to.
Yeah, but you know what? I have to admit that I don't use Spotify. I still listen to CDs. I have a CD collection and I listen to my CDs instead. I don't know. It's it feels differently when you put the CD in and you play it. I don't know. I like it. I like the feeling. And also I like to open a freshly printed CD and just smell the booklet. You cannot smell an MP3.
Yeah. I completely agree with you. And I think having something physical, you've got that tangible object. You've got you can touch the band in a non-sexual way, by the way, ladies and gents. But you've got something you can put into a CD player and you go, yeah. And the sound is completely different, just like vinyls. I mean, I love my vinyls, but the sound is so much. For me, it's crisp, it's clear, and it still feels fresh.
Yeah, I like that feeling.
Well, you know what, Jase? I think that Nikki and some of our viewers are weird enough now and are ready for your question, I think.
I wasn't going to ask it, but...
You should now, though. After sniffing booklets, I think it's the next step.
Okay, well, since Ina brought it up, I didn't want to...
I twisted his arm, obviously.
Yeah.
He didn't want to.
So what I want you to do, Nikki, is I want you to clear your mind.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, just don't think about anything. Just have that blank wall. Pretty much like... I'm not going to do the serial killer bit yet. So, Nikki, I want to know what your favorite flavor crayon is.
What? Favorite flavor crayon?
Yeah. Top of your head.
Crayon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it, but I don't know.
I'm just providing a visual aid.
And there we go. I've stumped somebody else in the world.
All right. Let's say the...
I think it must be only the UK individuals that understand.
That are weird? Yeah.
Yeah. So the reason I ask is because it just makes everybody stop and think about something completely different. You go, what is he on about? And for me, it's always red. It's almost...
Yeah, because you throw them off by saying flavor and they're trying to think about flavor and like, okay, what kind of flavor is it? They don't think of colors. They think of flavors.
Yeah, red is my favorite flavor.
Yeah, but let's say that red and purple and green, let's assign flavors in each color. That's what he's basically asking. If red is, I don't know, raspberry, strawberry, cherry, whatever, what's your favorite
Just for
flavor?
the record, I usually don't eat crayons.
Usually being the keyword here, I don't usually eat.
We might as well get on to the second question since we're there. So, when are you due to do any gigs within Europe or looking at coming to the UK?
Yes, but we haven't booked anything yet. We have just 3 shows booked at this time, and all 3 of them in Bulgaria. We've got some problems with the booking and so on, but we're about to solve them very soon. But we used to tour a lot actually across Europe, and we really miss that feeling, being on the road with some of our favorite bands. Yeah, it was great, and it will be again. It's
Good.
because of that shitty pandemic.
Yeah. Well, what I want to see is Eufobia come over to the United Kingdom. That's what I want to see. Now, the reason I say that is I think you would enjoy my room just behind me right there. It's not a sex dungeon. It doesn't matter what people say. There's beds in there.
Yeah.
And I've also got a pub 200 meters down the road. And I'm open invite. You can come and stay.
Wow. Sounds amazing. Why
There we
not?
go. There we have it, gents. Ladies and gents, Eufobia want to come and stay in the house.
It's a trap, Nikki. Don't go. It's a trap. It's a sex dungeon.
It's not.
Yeah, but
It is.
it sounds so good. I cannot resist it. So
That's a trap. That's a trap, though. That's how he lures people in. He says, I have a pub, and I have this, and I have that. He has nothing. He has a sex dungeon, and nobody comes out alive.
It's not. You'll come out alive.
Fine. It's your funeral.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Fine. You can just go if you want.
Yeah.
He's already coming, so it's fine. He's coming.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nikki. You're one of the first. Or are you?
What? One of the first? You're England.
Yes. Yes. What?
I moved my ring light. Wait. I'm back.
Okay, I'm waiting.
Where is she? She's here. She's crooked,
back.
but she's here.
So it's coming to the end of the show now, Nikki. And I want to say a massive thank you very much for coming on. It's been an absolute pleasure to join myself and Ina. I'm a big fan of your work and your band's work. I think it's absolutely amazing. And I continue pushing your stuff all the time. Anytime I can get it spun on air, I do. We've got one more song to play, but before we do that, have you got anything you want to selflessly promote, selflessly plug? Your Facebook, your Twitch, your Twitter, etc. It's over to you, and then we'll.
Yeah. So with Eufobia is very easy. So we've got a website, eufobia.com. And on this website, there are links to every social media which we use, like YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Bandcamp, and so on. So it's easy, eufobia.com.
Go and stalk them. Go and get their music. Go and share it. Or else
Please.
I will steal your soul.
Why are you stealing my lines? That was my line. Go stalk them.
Yeah, but I wanted it because they're awesome and I love them. So
Fine. Please don't zoom in. I have dark circles. Oh, for crying out loud. Didn't you hear anything about my yellow light I said before? Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Don't look at my eyes.
She's so vain. But genuinely, it's been an absolute pleasure. What I want you to do is we're going to play your last track. And which one is it, Ina? I do apologize.
Madness. It's madness, I tell you.
Thank you. We're going to play Madness, but what I'd like you to do, Nikki, is stay backstage. Your song will finish, then it'll have a little bit of a intro, but just stay backstage so we can talk. a little bit later after the show's finished, if you wouldn't mind.
I'm not going anywhere.
No,
And
awesome.
I'd like to thank you both for the invitation. It was great talking to you.
It was all me, yes.
It was all Ina.
me. I admit it. It's not like I want to brag or anything, but yeah, it was all me, I guess.
But genuinely, thank you for coming on, and I hope you enjoyed it. And out there to Talking with Demons, to all of our viewers, thank you for tuning in. Yes, Ina.
I want to do the outro.
Go on then.
I'm gonna do it. let me just do this. Let me fix my hair. Okay. Everybody, this was Talking with Demons. We're here with Nikki from Eufobia and the Heavy Metal Pirate, Boy Vane, and myself, the Greek sensation Ina. And thank you so much for tuning in tonight. And go stalk Eufobia on all platforms, all digital platforms. Go do it. Social media. Do it. Anyway, we're signing off with their track, Madness. Have a great night, everyone.
Peace.
Where Forever May Fall, and you're watching Inner Demon Media.